Okay, and what we're going to be doing for the next step is opening our centered piece of clay. So we've already centered. Now what I'm going to do is get the wheel going at decent speed. And I'm going to opt to just take my foot off the pedal. My legs are braced on the ground. Get my hands wet. And I'm going to aim to put my thumbs, going a little fast, put my thumbs into the center, and you're just feeling where centered is. And you're letting the wheel tell you where the middle is. And I'm going to first start by just making a little divot here. So I'm pressing into the center, gently releasing, scooping some water, and just kind of filling it in there so it's nice and slippery. And I'm going to let that clay tell me and the wheel tell me where the middle is. And I have to make sure I'm going straight down the middle. My right thumb is going to be going into the middle. My left fingers are going to be bracing the thumb and actually doing a lot of the pressing as well. And we're going to be going, again, down the center. Now the goal is to not go too far, because if you go all the way down, you are going to make a hole in your cylinder. So I'm going to go about that far, and it's a guess, and you want to make it a little thicker rather than thin at the beginning, because it's a lot easier to make it deeper, but not than it is to go too shallow and have to make it thicker later. So the next step of opening is you can do different strategies. One strategy is to put two thumbs in. Again, my elbows are always braced. And I'm just widening it a little bit to fit both of them in. And then the next motion is going to be to just pull out. And I want to be straight across from each other. So I'm going to pull out slowly and give the clay time to stretch. If you see it cracking, you need to pause and compress. Right now we're doing well. At this point I might pause for a second. And I'm just going to hold on to that wall and compress. A little alligator clamp here and compression on the top. And I have it started opening. I'm going to take my sponge, compress down the bottom. I went deeper there, and now I'm going to pull apart more. Working again to get that nice flat bottom. Compress my lip. Pause. I'm going to stop the wheel and now check my thickness. So I'm going to take the needle tool in my hand like this, put my pointer finger on the metal. I'm going to go straight down, mark with my nail, pull it up, and see the thickness there. Now this thickness is too thick. I want to shrink it a little bit more like that, so I'm going to do another pass. And to do that, I'm going to press in. I'm just going to press down a little deeper and then push that clay to the outside. Gently release. Press that in. I'm doing two things. I'm compressing the clay, so that's going to help prevent cracking, and I'm also making it deeper. Start like that, scoop up some of that slip, stop, check the thickness again, mark it in. Gotta go a little bit deeper still.
So sometimes it takes a couple of tries. Push that to the outside. We're getting a nice flat bottom.
And that I'm happy with for a base. It's a little bit on the thick side, but that's good habit because you always cut off some on the bottom. Another strategy you can take for trimming or opening up the clay is instead of your thumbs going out like this, you can take an alligator clamp position like this. You get your fingers in the center, gently pinch to hold onto the wall, and your right hand would pull that clay outward. So I'll do it a little bit more just so you can see it here. So the left hand is clamping the clay, right hand is supporting it, and you're pulling towards your body and slowly letting that clay widen. Okay, I'm going to gently release, always gently release and gently approach your clay. We now have a centered and opened piece of clay.